Hey horse lovers, let's talk about the rule of three and keeping our language clear, okay? So what I'm working on with Vanna here is asking her to go sideways by putting my stick out to the side, okay? That is the word that I have been developing with her that means go sideways. When I put my stick out to the side, that means go sideways. And when I am ready for you to not go sideways, I'll put the stick close to me. So I did it once, and that was our baseline for today. Now I'm going to do it a second time and evaluate whether or not this second attempt is as good or better than the first one. If it's as good or better than the first one, I'm going to do it one more time and make an evaluation as to whether or not I should keep having this conversation with her to provide clarity, or should we move on? So if the third one is as good or better than the first one, then I will move on. I'll change the subject. And all I got to do to change the subject here is go the other way. But you can see here that she got a little lost. So I used pressure to help her find the right answer. Now I have to wait for a good reset. Every time she tries to give me a kiss, that's an indication that she might be resetting, but it also is an indication that she feels a little bit stressed. There we go, lick and a chew. Now we have a reset. I can ask again. So before I'll decide whether or not I'm done with this, I need an attempt from her that was as good or better than the first one. That one was, but it doesn't then make three. We have to start over with one. And it's not a hard and fast rule. You gotta, feel for it and decide, does it feel like we're getting some clarity? Do I need to rehearse it to give that word stability? Or, is it good enough? So, if a try is like, whoa, just like remarkably better than what we've been having, then I for sure will move on. So it ended up being 5 attempts there, right? But by the time I was done, the last one was better than the first one, and we had at least 2 rehearsals that were better than the first one, as good or better than the first one, okay? So I know it sounds a little confusing, and it's not a hard and fast rule, but we have a tendency, I personally have a tendency to quit too soon, right? And in doing so, I'm not providing enough rehearsal to allow the lesson to be solid. Now, some people will have the opposite, right? You get a good one and we get greedy and ask for tons and tons more, okay? Now, what I also want to point out is this behavior, asking for sideways by putting my stick out to the side, will help me to shape her on the circle if I'm consistent with my stick, all right? Every time I put my stick out to the side, I mean go some form of sideways. It might just be a little bit, but go somewhat sideways. I can then ask her to go sideways while she's going forward on the circle by putting my stick out to the side. So just an extra little tip for you there, but mostly just wanted to talk to you about the rule of 3. Hope you found that helpful.